right, in this lesson, we're going to make the connection between rational functions and other calculations that you learned in previous math classes like area, volume, and perimeter. The first one we'll look at says to write an expression in simplified form to represent the area of the rectangle. So first thing to do is to remind yourself of what the formula is for area of a rectangle. In this case, area is length times width. Okay, and it doesn't matter which one is which for this. So we'll say this is the length, this is the width, and we're just going to multiply those. So I'm going to set up my fractions. So I have 2x over. Now, in order to multiply, remember we want our factors so that we can cancel. So I'm going to go ahead and factor that in this step. So I know two factors of 27 that add up to 12 are 9 and 3. And they both have to be subtractions so that I get a minus 12x when I do my FOIL. And then the width, this is a difference of squares in the numerator. So x squared minus 1 would factor to x plus 9 and x minus 9. And the denominator, notice that we have a greatest common factor. So I can factor out a 4 from both terms as well as an x squared. Okay, and when I do that, I have x plus 9 left over. Now we can look at what we can cancel. Okay, so this 2 and 4 will cancel and simplify to 1/2. X over x squared will simplify to just an x. X plus 9 over x plus 9 equals 1, and x minus 9 and x minus 9 equals 1. Okay, so let's see what we have left. In the numerator, everything canceled out, so my numerator is a 1. And then in the denominator, we have this 2x as well as this quantity of x minus 3. And this would be the simplified answer that we're looking for. Okay, the next example is in volume. For this one, we need the volume of a prism. So volume is length times width times height. And again, it doesn't matter when we're multiplying. So we can go ahead and just multiply all three of these. And again, I'm going to go ahead and factor my trinomials as I go just to save myself some space. Okay, so we'll do this first one. So 5x squared minus 32x plus 12 is going to factor into, since 5 is prime, I know that I need a 5x and an x. And then I'm looking for two factors of 12 that when I add my FOIL, my outside and inside, I get 32. So I'm going to go ahead and use 6 and 2 because 6 times 5 gives me 30. Plus another 2 gives me 32. And I'm going to make both of those minus. The denominator is going to stay 10x to the third. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and do this 18x squared divided by, and then 45x squared minus 18x. Again, I have to figure out what my greatest common factor is here. In this case, it's going to be 9x. And that will leave 5x minus 2 inside the parentheses. And for the last one, I'm looking for two factors of 48 that add up to 14. So that's going to be x plus 6 and x plus 8. And then in the denominator, this is a difference of squares. So we're going to say 6 minus x and 6 plus x. Okay, and we're ready to look for common factors that we can cancel. Okay, so 5x minus 2 will cancel. Notice here I have x minus 6 and 6 minus x. So when we do that, we have to leave a -1 for us so that we aren't changing the equivalence of this. Okay, so if we multiplied through by a -1, we'd have a -6 plus x, or x minus 6. Okay, x plus 6 will cancel. This 9 and 18 will cancel, but leaves a 2 in the numerator. And then the 2 and 10 can simplify down and leave a 5 in the denominator. We have an x squared in the numerator, so this x cubed will simplify down to x. Okay, and then let's go ahead and simplify what we have and make sure we're in simplest terms. So across the numerator, these are all 1s except for the x plus 8. In the denominator, we have a 5x times an x, which is 5x squared. And then we have this negative 1, and I'll just put that out front. Remember, it doesn't matter if it's the numerator or the denominator. So this would be our final answer for this problem.